Basically, yeah, I wanted to bring some ideas to the group to see what folks think. This is just uh, things that are, you know, of mind. The world is literally burning. Where I'm at, we had like this summer had 35 plus degrees for 2 months as our highs, which is not something that ever happened like anecdotally, plus I think scientifically measured. Um, and this is not a unique thing. Um, it seems like computing is stuff like there are various estimates, but yeah, between 2% and 4% of overall CO2 emissions, where I think it's closer to 4% from various sources, but it's, yeah, there are different ways to evaluate that. And the web is most probably a good chunk of that. I haven't found any reliable sources, but if you look at, what people are doing, a lot, yes, a lot. There are a lot of native apps, but the web is also driving a lot of traffic. And there are a lot of, you know, hybrid apps that are basically part of both. The split of CO2 emissions seems to be 20% are around client side use. So the energy that phones and computers are using when users are using them. 16% for network, 45% for like general devices that people are purchasing, and 19% for data centers. And if we're looking at those things, I think that like from a web perspective, like if we just look at the web performance perspective of things, there is a ton of alignment between trying to make things faster, trying to make things spend less battery or consume less resources on the net. Like there's a lot of overlap between what we're doing, but in this group anyway, and reducing emissions. So on the client side consumption, if we are driving people to use less JavaScript, optimize their network use so that it will spend less battery. One thing we're not necessarily doing is trying to drive people to use dark mode. I don't know how much that helps. It helps on some screens, but not others. I'm not sure what the percentages are, but basically, like, it seems like there's a lot of things we're already doing on the client side consumption, and which could be spun into this is great for users, but also great for sustainability. On the network side, again, like a lot of the things that we're trying to do just to make things load faster will also make them cost less on the network side. And again, like maybe some like smart batching in some of our APIs could also help reduce network costs. I'm not sure, but it seems like again here, there's a lot of overlap. And for device production, I think that maybe, so this is potentially wishful thinking, but if we made everything faster, maybe people wouldn't have to change their devices every year. And some of that emission in the production of all these devices could be saved. I'm not like this is more speculative and less direct than other things, but maybe. And then finally, for servers, we don't really have any way of knowing how much energy and which energy went into producing the content that we're downloading. But maybe we can define something that is similar to server timing, but more structured in ways that enable, like initially enable servers to just say, this is how much I spent on this. This is how much this content is amortized in a typical month over the amount of users. I don't know what, like expose some details on this. Initially, on a voluntary, not necessarily verifiable basis, and then we could talk to folks who like maybe figure out some way to add more concrete verifiable evidence there potentially. But it is something we could, like, it seems within our realm of typical capabilities. And finally, there's a sustainability community group that I was in their breakout session the other day, and they are currently discussing what it is that they want to focus on. It seems like we could have good connections and good collaborations with them on these various subjects. So basically, yeah, I wanted to bring this up, see what folks think, if this is, completely, out of scope and unrelated, or if this, like, I think there's a lot of alignment, and I'd love to get your opinion. So, yeah.